Are you ready? Yeah. All right, I'd like to call caucus to order. All right, we have number one is the ordinance authorizing the village to settle the sanitary sewer dispute with Imperial Communities. Did this go through the BTA? Yep.
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So does council have to wait?
We should wait because it's only been years. Right then.
14 years.
Yeah, no hurry.
That was I'm like, well, hey, you know, if they're gonna approve it tomorrow, then okay. So it looks like you guys well, what did we do with it last time?
First reading.
We did first reading, so you want to do a second reading on that tonight? Okay. Okay, the second one is an ordinance amending and restating ordinance 70-2024, establishing the authorized strength, hourly wages, terms, and remuneration, and rules governing the operation of the village of Lordstown Auxiliary Police Department to be effective January 1st, 2026. So this one was regarding the SRO. Does anybody have any questions on that one or discussion?
I think we want to have that passed tonight, huh, Bob?
Well, we might as well, I think, to be honest. Let's go to the emergency on it then.
All right. From council as a whole, an ordinance authorizing the village of Lordstown to enter into an hourly fee agreement with Pinzone, Scaldone, and Mazinek, Raskin, and Ryder. A lot of names there. And declaring an emergency. This one needs to be passed emergency tonight. I heard I was being voluntold to read tonight. So we'll put that one in we'll ask for emergency on that one. And the fourth one is an ordinance authorizing the village of Lordstown to enter into an amended master agreement with Dynegy Energy. And Tom, you are here. Do you guys want to hear from him now? Okay. Tom, I'll have you go ahead and step up and we can talk about this one real quick.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. So lately the energy markets have been kind of volatile. So last week they were pretty good. So I thought the timing was be perfect, but today all energy prices went up, crude oil, gas, and electric as well. So it really went up higher than I'd like to strike at. So there's a couple of options. What we did last time was had Dynegy and the exact price, and that worked. And for natural gas, we did the supplier and the exact price, and that worked the next day. But this time, I really don't like any prices they gave us, so I was hoping to maybe do a little differently and say an agreement with Dynegy at $9.99 or less in the ordinance, and then I would work with Dynegy to get that rate. I think the market will settle down either tomorrow or the next day. It's very close. I just want to get something below 10 cents.
Okay.
So do it that way.
Would you just lock into that and the new aggregation date would be whatever day that
Whatever
is?
day that is.
So it could be before May 1st.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It really needs to be this week.
Oh, this week.
Yeah. So there's a 10-day docketing with the PUCO, the letters, docketed 10-day prior to mailing. There's a 21-day opt-out period, and then Ohio Edison gets another 7-day rescission period. So it's really 38 days plus the lead time Ohio Edison needs to enroll customers from May. So really, this is kind of the week to do that.
Okay.
So I thought that would be kind of best of both worlds. Be as specific as we can for council, but have the flexibility to get a better price.
So if it doesn't hit, what happens?
It can be locked in at a higher price. So we would have to set it. Let me see what it says. 10.4, 10.2. I would be comfortable saying 10.2 or less, but really shoot at 9.99. So that would be.
And we're looking for another 12-month term?
So this is, I'm really looking for the lowest one.
Okay.
So they've offered 5 different terms, whichever one we could get. It's below 10.
Where are we
So
at now?
12 or 24.
Where are we at now?
8.9?
9.32.
No, that's
Yeah.
what for tonight, what were we before?
No, that's
That's
where we're at now.
I know, but what we've been, what's the rate been paying?
Oh, it was $9.98, something like that.
Oh.
9.98. Like last week, for example.
No, I mean, for the last year, what
Oh, yeah,
the village
last
been
year,
paying.
9.32.
Oh. No, that's what you're gonna
So
pay
this,
tonight, $9.32.
The existing plan that's in effect now is what he's wanting to
Yeah.
pay.
9.32.
Same as this.
No, ours is gonna go up.
That's that's an exhibit to the ordinance, that's the contract rate we're in right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're
Okay.
amending this agreement.
Okay. So we've been paying $9.32. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, we're expecting Ohio Edison to be 10.5, 10.6, starting in June. So we're just trying to.
So you're saying if we don't do something tonight, wait 2 weeks, it's gonna be too late.
Yeah, you would miss May, and then June would be the next month. But everyone will be
So
brought back, and letters will be sent out from Ohio Edison saying the program's over. There'd be a lot of confusion to have people go back and then come back in June. Yeah. So that's where we're at.
I hate that we wait until the week of,
Yeah, no, this
Every
should have been done
time.
a couple
Like,
weeks
this
ago,
is-
or a month ago. or
like, we
something.
don't hear about it until the week of.
We'll try to work
Yeah.
Yeah, so these prices have been kind of high. It really hasn't, really last week was like probably the best week. They've been 10.2, 10.3. They really haven't been attractive all winter. Because we had such a cold winter. Electric prices weren't all that attractive.
Okay. So then, where in the legislation, is it in the legislation, Matt, or is it's in this
The
attachment?
price,
We're gonna put it,
price is done in section 3, whatever you decide on.
we have to read it.
Yeah, we left it blank depending on what the rates are going, so it's under section 3 of the ordinance.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It was 28.
27.
27.
Page 27.
Yeah.
Okay, so council is going to fill that in tonight before, what, not to exceed, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be a not to exceed amount.
So it'll be not to exceed. Do you guys want to determine that now so that it's set?
Yeah.
Not to exceed.
Don't ask me, I'm like the cheapest person ever.
Not
And I have
to
a
exceed
pool,
what we
so-
currently have.
Yeah, so four out of the 5 are 10.1, so I think 10.2 would be safe.
About
But
10.
but target's 9.99. I
Yeah,
really want something in the 9. And just because today is just a bad day to be buying energy. It really is.
So if we put 10.1, might end up at 10. Does anybody have something that they feel very strongly about?
What do you say?
I said $9.99. Well, I'll have to move back in with Bill.
I
I'm
doubt
telling
that.
you, it's not gonna happen.
He is $3.
Yeah, that's a target.
Tom's saying that it's
10.1 would be.
Yeah, that would be safe. We could do that. I don't see it. I see it going down tomorrow. I don't see it going
Okay.
up.
So we'll put it in here, not to exceed 10.1 per kilowatt hour. Everybody good with that? I'll assume so. Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Any other discussion on that? Any questions on the bill? Anything else you guys want to discuss right now?
If I could, Chris Kagelnik has a question for us. There's some information he'd like to present to us about,
Sanitary sewer extension.
yes, I'll let you do it.
Okay. I passed an email to Jessica, Mark, and Chris Peterson. And so we talked about the 6 sanitary sewer extensions in the village to serve the unsewered areas. And there's a request out right now through Congressman Joyce's office that CPF, Community Project Financing. And that's actually where the current grant that the village was selected for the water line came from. So what that does is it usually would fall down into an Ohio EPA administered program, such as STAG, if the village were awarded something like that. So by this Friday, Congressman Joyce is accepting requests for funding for projects. And one of the projects that we previously submitted on, but it didn't go anywhere, was the 6 sanitary sewer extensions in the village. And I'm asking if the village wants to submit another request through the Congressman's office. It's due, like I said, this Friday, 6 p.m. I would need to know, and I need to get that approved by you. A little history behind this. It does involve 6 study areas. The one area that's the biggest is the one, Bill, you probably remember it. It's the one out there on North Island where it comes up to State and Burnett East. And that area actually serves the most, and there was only like 26 sewer connections there. So this is kind of a high dollar type project. And honestly, in my experience, I'm not trying to talk myself out of work here, but if you don't have your funding lined up for these kinds of projects, there's really not much return on investment to get, and there's only like a total of 62 sewer dwellings that you pick up by way of all 6 projects. And so really this gets down to understanding, hey, does the existing on-lot septic systems, do they function? Do they have malfunctions? Do they have known problems with them? That's where I had asked the village before, hey, check with the county health department, because those are typically the people that have the records on all of those kinds of systems. So before the village really gets underway, honestly, I encourage you to call the health department and ask. I'm not saying that we shouldn't submit. It's pretty simple for me to submit, especially if I've already done it once before. I've got all the documentation. I just need your approval. And these requests they're kind of good, because if they were to be approved, it would constitute the greater amount of funding that you would need for a project like this. And then you would need to go after other funding, such as through Ohio EPA, WPCLF. So you have a decision to make. I need time to get, the typical things in order before Friday, but I can make it happen by Friday at 6 p.m.
Was this a percentage? Percentage of the project, or how's this grant work?
This grant is for, I think, anything up to $5 million, I think it was. It was a pretty good dollar amount. Now, typically, Lamar, if this goes into an Ohio EPA administered program, like the STAG program, then it's usually an 80-20%. 80% coming from the program and 20% coming from the local at a minimum. It could be more on the local end.
Chris, if we have to Could you break it down in sections and just do the Highland section? It's already been, because that was already engineered years ago, correct?
Yes, it was.
Yes,
Back in 18.
to a degree, up to the preliminary design.
Okay.
So to your point, if you look at the email, I could send it to you. I broke it down into each area.
So we could submit for just part of it, not all of it,
You could.
because then our match wouldn't be as high.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about a large number of, sewer connections here. That would be really good if it was, but because it's so little, the return on investment's also little.
It's like that all through the village.
Yeah.
But still, they're still residents and they still deserve that service.
I don't think any of it was done.
Chris, that 5 million isn't for all 6 though, right?
It could be,
Oh, really?
yeah. I mean, a couple years ago, Bill, I had estimated the total project costs like around $8 million. It's a big number for 62 connections. So you really want to offset that with almost pure grant if you can. So I'm letting you know what this looks like from a high level.
Well, what's it gonna cost us to do this then? For the submission?
Oh, well, no, I'm not gonna charge for that.
Well, then why not do it then?
Well, if we
We
got
need
it,
to
we'd
look-
have to pay for it.
Well,
Yeah.
we did it once before and we pulled it. I don't
Here's
think
it.
we would have pulled it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You don't wanna,
Yeah, like-
that's right.
Great.
That's exactly right, what Bill said, Jerry. You really need to commit to doing this. You're in a pickle right now with the 24-inch water line, and, why have another one of those?
Right.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, talk amongst yourself, get back to Mark, and Mark can give me the directive to do this, because it is a council-led decision. Thank you.
Would you have to do that tonight?
I think that should be made here on the floor.
Yeah,
That
and-
decision should
and
How
be-
you gonna do that without any
Right.
discussion?
Hmm?
How you gonna just okay something without any discussion? Might cost us $1 million or 20%.
No, yeah, I agree. I mean,
Well, you just sit there tonight and say, okay, let's vote and do it. You got the million, you're committing to it. You have to have committee discussion, good council. I mean, I know it's deadline's Friday, but you gotta discuss it. I know we don't have $1 million to put towards it. I know they're trying to get that water line. Been trying to get that water
And
line.
I do know that, I believe that the sewer end of the BPA is not doing as well as the water. So, there's things to consider here, and, from the standpoint of that local share, I completely understand that. But just, think about it, let me know at the latest. Don't call after Wednesday.
Well, if that's the case, you want to call, you have to have a committee meeting set
Wednesday.
for Wednesday or tomorrow.
The BPA meets
Yeah,
tomorrow, and so
Wednesday.
I will discuss it with them, but, they know this is a council-led decision.
Unless you submitted just for the part on Highland that's already engineered, so that would knock down some of the expense.
Okay, so it'd be nice to know what the percentage would actually break out to for sure. And do you have any idea what the Highland one would run by itself now, Chris?
By itself, the Highland one, I think I had estimated around 4.
4 million?
Yeah.
How many?
So the rest, the other 5 were a $4 million total. So that one
Still
on Highland was,
800,000.
that one on Highland was
Yeah.
expensive.
And how many houses are on that?
There were 26 possible connections. Not many.
No, that's quite a cost per connection.
And, back then, there was also a church. That church is no longer active.
No, and I don't know what it'll be, if anything, in the future, who knows?
Yeah,
For sale, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
I think I get frustrated because I remember once upon a time, the income tax was raised, was it not, to pay for the East Side project in
That
part?
was what they increased it, but then the allocations were changed.
The allocations were changed. I mean, it's just, I think that's kind of what
It
people
wasn't,
bank
it
on.
wasn't just for sewer, or the sewer would have been done.
That was the primary reason.
That was the primary reason it was increased, so.
If you go back in the minutes when Mike Shake was mayor, he said it was for other services also, not just the sewer.
It was,
Jackie, I'm not against, I'm just saying you have to pay your share.
I know,
You can't
I
help with
get
the water, pay your
frustrated.
share in the sewer, and you only have so much money coming in.
I get frustrated because it's, you know, there's still people that,
Some people don't want sewer, so.
that's true too.
Especially people that have already invested in their on-lot septic system.
Right.
That you wanna talk, you wanna get somebody sideways, that's one way to do it. So that's why it's important to contact the county health department.
Okay.
Well, what we wanna do, set a committee meeting, or we're not interested?
Can the committee decide by itself?
No. They can decide on itself. There's only 3 members.
Other council members can come. This is committee meeting.
We taking any
Anybody up
comments or
there?
anything?
Yeah.
Can I make comments or
Sure,
not?
yeah.
I was just wondering, I mean, if their septic, it's only for septic, correct?
Sewer.
Public
Yeah.
sewers.
Yeah, so, I mean, if these people already spent money on upgrading their sewer systems, what's it cost the village compared to, is there any action to, help the customers that don't have an upgraded sewer system to upgrade? Instead of spending millions and millions of dollars on something, can we help the people that need an upgraded sewer system, or? Okay, that was just a question out there.
Because that's a great question, and a lot of communities ask that. But public dollars typically can't be spent on private.
Okay, that was my question, so thank you for clarifying that.
There hasn't been new development over there, so we probably oversee it. The whole thing. You really want to call it a park?
Not really. Actually, I don't really want to draw attention to it.
No.
You know, I mean, but that could go both ways. There could be people that have been waiting and not upgrading and
Correct.
holding out for the sewer.
And that's
Or you contact them and now they're out looking.
Yeah.
That's a catch-22 there.
All right, well, you guys need to decide tonight. I think it would be a good time.
Better let it go.
Let it go and come back with a better plan.
Until you figure out where you need the water line.
Can that
So we know we got.
request be used for something else?
Yeah. The only reason, Mayor, that request was put forth a couple years ago was because about 5 years prior to that, House Bill 45 and House Bill 168 were available. And that same project also did not score well on
Okay.
So whatever we applied for would be the same match, 20%.
Could you use it for that water line? Can you add that on? No, we can't, because we already got it through there, and what they want to see are shovels in the ground.
Yeah.
Is that a collective no? No, no, yes, no? No, no, no.
I'd say no at this point.
That's a majority of no.
It's an answer.
No. Okay.
By Wednesday. Thank you.
Got it before Wednesday. All right, is there anything else?
Yeah,
All right.
just one other thing. The moratorium committee, it's been suggested that we have a consultant advisor, and I'd like to present that under new business.
Okay. All right, we'll give you the opportunity for that. Anything else? All right, caucus is adjourned. Welcome, everybody. Please join me for the Lord's Prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us
We remember us for trespasses. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, power, and
Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Woodland.
Here.
Mr. Vaughn. Here. Mr. Lyman.
Here.
Ms. White.
Here.
Mr. Rack. Present. Mr. McGrail. Present. Mr. Mosley. Here. Clerk Blank present. Treasurer George Evelyn. Solicitor Matt Reese. Here. Police Chief Brent Nolan. Present. Fire Chief Travis Easton. Present. Planning and Zoning Administrator Kelly Porter.
Present.
Street Commissioner Martin Elder. Present. Board of Public Affairs. Engineer Frisbee Gold.
All right, can I have a motion to excuse both George and Chris Peterson? They did contact me earlier to let me know that they wouldn't be here.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Liming and a second by Bond. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The motion is carried. Can I have a motion for adoption of the agenda? So moved. Motion by Blank,
Second.
second by Mosley. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is carried. Can I have a motion for disposal of the minutes for the regular council meeting, February 17th, 2026? Motion by Radka. Second by McGrail. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is carried. Can I have a motion for payment of the bills?
So moved.
Motion by Liming,
Second.
second by Radka. Any questions on the bills? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is carried. For the mayor's report, the only thing that I have is that the Fire Association will be having its annual quarter auction this Saturday, March 7th at 6 p.m. Is that right, Travis? 6 p.m. Doors open at 4:30, I think. Doors open at 4:30. It starts at 6 p.m. It's at the 1112 Union Hall on Ruther Road. Sorry. Just lost my voice. Clerk's report, please.
No report, Mayor.
Solicitor's report.
No report, Mayor.
Treasurer's report. George didn't leave me with anything. Board of Trustees of Public Affairs report. Chris called me earlier and he let me know that the BPA meeting is scheduled for tomorrow. It is moved to 3 p.m. instead of 4 p.m. And he did ask if council would discuss the DPS request, so we did fulfill that for him. Village engineers report.
Mayor, I've submitted my written report to everybody. Let's see. The State Route 45 booster pump station should be advertised here fairly soon. I was informed of that this morning. And we did submit a work authorization to the BPA for a review of Altium Cell's sanitary screen. They have a sanitary screen that they're planning to design and build on the existing effluent line, leaving Altium and going towards the county sanitary sewer. So that's on the Board of Public Affairs agenda. Aside from that, I don't have anything else that's very earth-shattering.
I have a question. We started the conversation about Altium cells, and you had mentioned needing a work authorization to go further. So I think that it would be a good time to talk to these guys here about that, because I believe they want the conversation to go further. So I just wanted to know, do you have any idea, like, what that work authorization would look like?
I don't know. All I know is we listed out 4 simple things that we would do. One would be sit down with Altium and with the village and review what we know historically. And then what we thought we would do is get enough information from a technical basis so that when you go to Altium and or Eastgate, we would have enough credible information so that they wouldn't be able to refute. And so we thought Well, we'll have to do some investigation in it, we'll have to document it, we'll have to photograph it, we'll have to state, you know, the reasons that the shoulders need to be widened, not widened, but improved, like actual vehicle maintenance. And so, put yourself into this position. About 4 or 5 years ago, Eastgate made that recommendation to restrike that. And they knew full well we'd come back to them 5 years later with the understanding that, yep, they need to be replaced. They've gone through their useful life. So we need to provide them with that credible information that they have now degraded to this point. And now is the time to do this. And so you have to put that information together, stick it underneath their noses and say, here it is, it's all here. That way they don't have any questions about it. And that's what we try to do. And that's what we do in that work authorization. I would say for a not to exceed fee of around $5,000 to $7,000.
Well, that's on Altium. The village needs it, right? Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I told her earlier. That's their problem.
This is for our engineers to have the conversation on our behalf, is what we're paying for. Otherwise, I don't have the information. I don't know who else would have that information. So somebody has to have that
They
conversation.
can pay them. Altium can pay them. They're the ones that need it. You know what I mean? They're putting the village in the middle of this, and it's not our problem. It's ODOT and Altium's problem. Just like TJX, they paid for all their stuff.
My understanding is that it's our road. Under the very top surface, it is our road. This is what I've always been told. So,
What road are we talking about?
State Route 45.
The state route, isn't it?
It is.
But it's in a village, they changed the rules.
Yep.
State walks out with their obligation.
It was before they changed it, so they could grandfather it.
I'm with Jamie,
So,
Sir, your name, please.
Michael Grimm.
Well, Matt, do we fall on any kind of liability, safety issues wise if we don't do anything? Accidents or anything on that?
If you don't do anything at all?
And, yeah, and the road continues to deteriorate.
I mean, the village has,
Could we be liable for negligence?
no, the village has immunity against that type of stuff. But I would need to know more specifically about the condition of the road. You know, we're talking surface or what exactly the work would need to be done between the village's responsibility.
Well,
and
it'd be subsurface, wouldn't it?
Subsurface.
Let me explain for your interest here. The road shoulders are not built like travel lanes, okay? And intentionally, because of the turning movements that were coming in and out of Altium over the last 4 years, Eastgate made a recommendation to ODOT to restripe the road in order to have a center turn lane. They did that, and in doing so, the outer lane became located on the shoulder. So at this point in time, the shoulder on the east side of the road is in the worst condition right now, but you know, the west side is not far behind, and they need to be rebuilt to travel lanes. So is there a safety issue? Yes, because I find myself now even favoring the left lane and riding on the dashed white line. I shouldn't be doing that. I should be staying in my lane. So is there a perceived safety issue? There could be, yes.
Okay. Yeah, let me look into that in terms of liability, but ODOT's the one that created the situation, right? Their work created a situation that's now resulting in the unsafe condition.
ODOT did the restriping, to my understanding. But as the mayor stated, it is the village's road.
Then why'd they do that then?
You mean ODOT didn't bring it up to what the standard should be of their own existing?
All right,
They just
so the
went ahead and
mayor
striped it?
stated something very important. Something, you know, the structure of the road that's really deep, that,
Yeah, the bed of it, right.
right, that all day long is the village's responsibility. So testimony to that, a few years ago, you guys replaced that big culvert underneath the road. That was yours. That wasn't ODOT's. So what we're talking about is that sub-base, Bob.
Right, I realize that. But why would ODOT convert it to a traveled surface and not bring it up to the road standards? That is the problem that created this.
Well, at the time, Bob, turning movements were more important than the condition of the road.
There's the problem.
At that time, they were looking at the number of near misses and accidents that were
Well, and
occurring.
also we were recommended to put up lights there and stuff, which the state wouldn't even allow to be turned on if they were installed.
Yeah, I just want to bring that to your attention specifically for Matt, so that he can understand, you know, the aspect of safety.
We do want to go to Altium and ask them what they are willing to help us with, be it a right turn lane on the southbound side, whatever it may be. But in order to have that conversation with them, we need to bring our engineer to the table. So I guess, I don't want to waste Chris's time. Do we want him to bring the work authorization so that we can go further with this conversation with all
Why
of
should
you?
we pay for it? It's their problem. It's a private company's problem, not ours.
Yeah, but it's our road.
It is our road.
problem.
They made it our problem.
It is our road.
So we only own the edges of the road. We don't own the center of the road.
Yeah, we own the center of the road too.
We own everything under the surface.
That doesn't make sense to me.
I'll agree with you. It doesn't make sense.
Chris, the four things you mentioned,
What would happen?
you know, the four things, is that all pertaining to those?
Just the shoulder.
Just the shoulders, right?
Does anybody have an opinion?
I gave mine.
I mean, the village has immunity for certain types of actions, but I'm gonna look into this a little bit more because there's a safety issue and it seems like we've got a couple of responsible parties here. If ODOT did the work, and I guess you got a legal opinion on that.
Yeah, because they're the ones that redid the lines that caused
They were okay.
the safety issue. If the lines weren't redone, we wouldn't be having this discussion.
And it's not the surface, it's the problem, it's the sub-base.
It's sub-base, yeah.
You know, they took a berm and turned it into a travel.
Yeah. Semis weren't made to run on the berm.
Correct. Okay. Well then, Chris, I'm gonna,
There, I have reached out to, ODOT and Eastgate I think it was last spring, about that turning lane. ODOT said they're gonna pave 45 and 29, and they didn't think they were bad enough. Because they go by a grading system for the road. And Eastgate come out and looked down and told me the same thing I think it was last spring, but I have the emails.
okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you, hold off on the work authorization
That's fine too.
until further notice, so we can all, well, we'll let Matt do his research first, and then we'll take the next step. Okay, we will move on. Where are we at here? Special report, Police Chief Brent Milham.
Mayor, I have no report, but there are two things I would like to discuss, just to bring to your attention and be given some consideration. First is, I would ask that, I think it's a council decision, maybe a clerk's decision as well, I'm not sure, but I would ask that consideration be given to raise the threshold for a department head to spend. Currently, as you know, it's $1,000. Once we hit the $1,000 mark, we're supposed to get committee approval, I believe, unless it's an emergency. And I can't speak for the other department heads, but we're finding that with the increased prices and things, it's not that hard to get to $1,000. I'll give you an example. Last week, we took one of our Ford cruisers to Cleveland for brakes, just brakes. Was over $1,000, but they lowered it by over $200 to get us under $1,000, just so we could get the job done and get the car back in service. They're not going to do that anymore. you know, we certainly appreciate that they did that for us, so we could get that car back in service, but, and I don't know if it's a situation where, you know, you raise it for certain items instead of all items, or, you know, take it to 2,000 for vehicle repairs. I don't know, but we're just seeing basic service costs rising, and it doesn't take much to get to 1,000. You know, all we have done were brakes. So I would ask that whoever makes that decision, whether it's council as a whole, consideration be given. And I don't know if the other department heads are struggling with that, but we are seeing, it's pretty common to get to 1,000 with not having much done. The second thing is, our K9 cruiser is quickly approaching 100,000 miles. I believe Brett told me today that this November, that car will be in service for 4 years. The thing that's a little different with that vehicle, and I'm sure you can understand, is it houses our dog. So when that car goes down, we don't have a backup, so the dog is taken out of service. So it's a little different than the rest of our cruisers, where, you know, if my car goes down, I share with somebody else or whatever, you know, I have another car to drive and we just keep moving. But with the K9 being unique, we can't put that dog in another car. I'm finding out that what a lot of departments do that have K9s is they have a, like, for example, you know, we still hope to get a little bit of time and mileage out of the current car that Brett drives, but they would keep that car as a backup for when his quote-unquote new K9 car would need to be serviced or taken down. He would have a backup car to use. I know Canfield, some other agencies keep kind of an older car at the station that they can use when the primary car goes down. Because as you can imagine, if we wait until that car goes completely out of service, you know how long it takes to get a car, get it upfitted, get it serviced. That entire time, that dog cannot work. Brett can. We can stick Brett in another car, but that dog cannot work. And I did talk to him. I said, well, you know, could that car still be used by an officer who's not a K9 handler? And they can. They're limited into the number of prisoners they can transport. You know, instead of 2, they can transport 1 because of the vault for the dog. But it could still be used by another officer, if, you know, in a pinch if it needed to be. But it's just something to think about. It's not something we got to do next week, but I just kind of wanted to plant the seed that, you know, those cars, even though, you know, we replaced them, it doesn't seem like that long ago. Here we are, and we're talking about cars again. So it's just something to think about. I would hate to wait until that car, you know, a lot of times, or in the past, sometimes we've run cars to the end. But if we do that with this car, we lose that ability to use that dog until that vehicle gets replaced. So something to think about. And I know the last 3 or 4 years, our clerk has been wise enough to set some money aside for cars because, you know, we replaced our entire fleet in a short amount of time, and logic would say that they're all going to be replaced about the same time, theoretically. So we didn't want to get that big stock, that big financial hit at the same time. So he has been earmarking money aside for cruisers to be replaced. I think it's something that maybe the next time we have a safety committee meeting, we can discuss it with my committee. But I just wanted to bring it to your attention. It's probably something we're going to have to at least think about here in the short term. So that's all I have, unless you have any questions.
Can we raise the department head expenditures just by a voice vote?
No, we have an ordinance.
There is an ordinance for that? Okay.
We can bring that
I've
up
seen
in
the
committee
BCA
also.
do it.
If we're gonna have a committee meeting, we could also bring that up,
I'm sorry,
about raising your
threshold for
I
your
think it came through
expenses.
the finance.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Are you have finance? Oh,
It's
I got
for all
it.
departments, so it should go through the finance.
I mean, BPA raised theirs for
Yeah, Darren's was raised, I
like
thought.
4,000 or something. Wasn't it? Or was that
Mike, do you
temporarily?
know?
Sorry.
Do
I
you
mean, you
know?
don't have to go with I just was, you do whatever you want, but we're seeing that it's not hard to get to 1,000. And, you know, it kind of bogs things down when, again, unless it's an emergency, it bogs things down to get that approval,
That
so.
might have been temporarily.
I could have swore I remember a BPA meeting where they
They raised
Raised.
it, but I don't know if it was temporarily just because they were outsourcing a lot at the time. So I'm not positive, but we'll bring it up March 9th at finance.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. Fire Chief Travis Easton.
No reports on my Mayor.
Planning and Zoning Administrator Kelly Fortner.
I provided my report along with the CRA abatement summary sheet from the recent review with the mayor and Mr. Bond on Ultium, Metalco, and M&M Industries. At the next council meeting, you should have legislation to approve on the expiration of the Metalco abatement. It has to go through finance first. But if you have any questions on my report or the CRA abatement review sheet or the summary sheet, I will try to answer those for you.
All right, thank you. Parks, Grounds, Building, Street Superintendent Martin Albert.
Yes, ma'am. I only have two things. April 26th, a Sunday, Lordstown Elementary PTO, they're gonna have a 5-day release at the park. And also, we got the PA system fixed in the community room. Rick Kopp come out, he was able to put a used, amplifier in and got us a new microphone. So, on the thinking. That's all I have.
All right. Correspondence,
I have no correspondence there.
public remarks. Anybody have anything they want to share? Council remarks. Committee report, Finance, Jessica Blank.
I just wanted to see this pass numbers for emergency tonight.
Okay. Parks,
Meeting March 9th.
okay. Parks, Buildings, Grounds, General Improvements, Streets and Sidewalks, Jamie Mosley.
Yeah, no report.
Public Safety and Police Department, Robert Bond.
Yes, Mayor, just one piece of legislation we'd like to see passed tonight.
Public Safety, Fire, and EMS, Lamar Lyman.
No report.
Public Utilities, Mark McGrail.
No report.
Planning and Zoning, Ron Radka.
No report tonight, Mayor.
All right, legislation. From the Board of Public Affairs for emergency passage, an ordinance authorizing the Village of Lordstown to settle a pending sanitary sewer dispute with Imperial Communities, Inc., and declaring an emergency. Are there any motions on this tonight? Hearing none, this has had its second reading. From Public Safety and the Police Department Committee for Emergency Passage, an ordinance amending and restating ordinance number 70-2024, establishing the authorized strength, hourly wages, terms of remuneration, and rules governing the operation of the Village of Lordstown Auxiliary Police Department to be effective January 1st, 2026, and declaring an emergency. Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
So moved.
Motion by Bond,
Second.
second by Mosley. Roll call.
Mr. Bond,
Yes.
Mr. Mosley,
Yes.
Mr. McGrail,
Yes.
Ms. Blank,
Yes.
Mr. Radcliffe,
Yes.
Mr. Lund.
Yes.
All right, 6 ayes, 0 nays. The motion is carried to suspend the rules. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Lyman and a second by Blank. Any discussion?
I'm
Oh,
blind.
sorry, Bond.
Hold on, Bill, can I help?
My brain's ahead of my mouth. All right. Didn't you use this there? No.
I'm gonna question your standard
Okay.
at this point.
There is a second by Bond. Any discussion? All right, roll call.
Mr. Radke? Yes. Mr. Lyman?
Yes.
Mr. McGrail?
Yes.
Ms. Blank?
Yes.
Mr. Mosley?
Yes.
Mr. Bond?
Yes.
All right, 6 ayes, 0 nays, the motion is carried to adopt ordinance 8-2026. From council as a whole for emergency passage, an ordinance authorizing the village of Lordstown to enter into an hourly fee agreement with John Pinzone, Frank Scaldone, and Mazanek, Raskin and Ryder Company LPA, and declaring an emergency. Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
So moved.
Motion by Radka, second by Wyman. Roll call.
Mr. McGrail?
Yes.
Mr. Bond?
Did you say my name?
Yeah. Mr. Bond?
He did, he got it right.
James, I'm sorry, James Bond.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right.
Yes.
Mr. Lyman? Yes. Mr. Mosley?
Yes.
Ms. Blank?
Yes.
Mr. Radke?
Yes.
Wouldn't be so flustered if I wasn't doing the clerk's job over here.
You're fine, you're doing great.
All right, 6 ayes, 0 nays, the motion is carried to suspend the rules. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
There was a motion by Mr. Bond,
There you go.
and there was a second by Mr. Mosley. Any discussion? All right, roll call.
Mr. Lyman?
Yes.
Mr. McGrail?
Yes.
Mr. Bond?
Yes.
Mr. Mosley?
Yes.
Ms. Blank?
Yes.
Mr. Radke?
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays, the motion is carried to adopt ordinance 9-2026. From council as a whole for emergency passage, an ordinance authorizing the village of Lordstown to enter into an amended master agreement with Dynegy Energy Services East LLC to provide electric supply effective May 1st, 2026, with opt-out provisions for the residents and businesses eligible to participate in the aggregation program and declaring an emergency. Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
So moved.
Motion by Mosley. Is there- Second by Lyman. Roll call.
Mr. Mosley?
Yes.
Ms. Blank?
Yes.
Mr. Radke?
Yes.
Mr. Bond?
Yes.
Mr. McGrail?
Yes.
Mr. Lyman?
Yes.
All right, 6 ayes, 0 nays, the motion is carried to suspend the rules. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Motion by Radka,
Second.
second by Blank. Any discussion?
Yes. No, it is in here that the residents can opt out.
Yes,
So it's
Yes.
there's an opt-out provision for the
Okay.
residents and businesses.
Yes, I'll make sure. That's it.
And it's actually there, is that what you're saying? Is it
Yes,
actually there this
yes,
time?
Yes.
Yes, because this is an amendment to the master agreement. So this is we're just amending the master
The
agreement.
one
Already has
before.
all of that, yes.
Okay. So, any other discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Radke? Yes. Ms. Blank?
Yes.
Mr. Mosley?
Yes.
Mr. Lyman?
Yes.
Mr. McGrail? Yes. Mr. Bond?
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays, the motion is carried to adopt ordinance 10-2026. Is there any old business to discuss? Is there any new business to discuss?
Yes, I have a request for the, moratorium committee to, engage a consultant, which is there's a fee going to be, associated with that consultant. The point of the consultant would be, the person that has been recommended to us has, 30 years in city planning, zoning, and currently, I believe is the city manager of a village in Ohio. The issue of data centers is very complicated and affects a wide variety of your codes. And getting the discussion correct, I don't think that we personally have the experience to do it on our own. The gentleman I spoke with said in order to do this properly, he'll come out and speak to us. But he wants to do it not just one of those things where hi, I'm so-and-so, and I have all this education, all this experience. He's actually gonna do some, research before he comes. So he, requested that, he be paid for that time. And he estimated it to be about an amount of $400.
You have a name?
Not with me right now. We can get it for you.
Oh, should put in motion.
Is this the same individual that I referenced?
Yeah, well, Brian France.
France, yeah.
I'm sorry.
We have to have a proposal from him?
So what would happen, I guess, I think this is just to pay him for that initial, before we decide to formally retain him. So if you guys want to approve the 400, you could, and then if you want to move forward with retaining him, we would have a formal contract with that prepared legislation. Would be the idea.
So you're making a motion?
Yes.
So your motion is to hire him for, or to retain, or what are we doing with it? Just a consultation fee?
Right.
To pay the consultation fee to Brian, not to
Upfront fee of
Fran,
$400.
not to exceed 400. Okay, there's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mosley. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The motion is carried. Anything else, Mark? Any, not to exceed 400, yes. Okay. Is there any other new business? I don't think that I had anything to bring. Is there any, public remarks? All right, motion for adjournment, please.
So moved.
Motion by Liming, second by Bond, all in favor?
Great.
No.
Okay, I'll let it go.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is carried. Meeting adjourned.